We're gonna have a Kickturn party tonight. All right.
Kickturn party tonight.
Welcome back to Kickturn
We're
Party.
back to Kickturn Party. We're coming at you live from, what is it, Saturn, Venus?
Live from Saturn.
Titan. We're live from Titan.
Live from Titan.
We're from EO.
EO. Or something like that.
And we got Bunny behind the camera.
Our long lost producer who you never see. Look, he's got the heart going. He's got the heart going.
It's this.
This guy's such a millennial. I want to give another shout out to our good friend Colonel Bacchus, who we've had on the show once before. We're going to have to get him back on. He's doing some amazing things with internet radio, mixing up lyrics. He's doing some crazy
Recording
stuff.
some really cool songs. Check him out on SoundCloud.com, Colonel Bacchus.
Yeah. Do a search for Colonel
Bacchus
Bacchus.
as in the god of partying.
Yeah.
Look up Colonel Bacchus.
Yeah. God of
Go
wine.
down the black hole of Colonel Bacchus Radio.
Yeah.
It's
doing some good
highly
stuff.
entertaining.
We got some magazines.
Got some gold.
Got some gold here.
You got the Volume 5, Number 3, October 1978.
Wow.
So this is on the cover is Rick Blackheart, who is one of the first guys to ever win a bowl contest.
First
And
independent team riders.
I just read on that face thingy, facegram.
Book face.
JD
What do they call it? Book
Brian,
face?
If you saw that.
That he broke his leg and broke his ankle, rolled
All
his
at
ankle.
once.
Dr. Rick, he used to have his articles in Thrasher under Dr. Rick, Ask Dr. Rick. Good luck to you, Dr. Rick. Hope you're doing better. We're going to get you back on the board soon. What are you finding there, Bunny?
Oh, a guy in a little pool here. Look at this.
Oh, look, the guy's skating in a bathtub.
It's extra.
That's the extra.
That's extra.
See,
Pretty
you know, now in Thrasher, you see extra and this guy skating down a junky handrail. Back in the 70s, we had guys skating in tubs.
Bathtubs.
Yeah. I saw a Mellow Cat cartoon with the alien in it.
Right there.
Yeah. Look,
Mellow Cat.
aliens.
What's
Mellow
awesome
for a
about this
skateboarder,
it's a 78 issue, and it's all slick pages, real nice, quality production magazine, where right here we have the February 84 issue of Thrasher that's nothing but newsprint. Like when you would go flip through an issue of Thrasher in the early 80s, your fingers were black when you
Okay,
were done.
so
and it's
there's
all just newsprint.
There's a few things about this particular Thrasher. Number one, this guy on the cover here, this
Monty,
guy is Monty Nolder.
Ramp Shaker.
When you do a backside, what the kids call a backside Smith grind, that's not a backside Smith grind.
Monty grind.
It's a Monty grind. This guy invented it. Monty
The
Nolder.
first guy to take the Smith grind the opposite direction.
What else is in there?
Oh,
I
man,
think
there's some gold
there
in
was,
here.
There was some. While he's looking for that, here's a issue of Transworld Skateboarding Magazine. And Bunny, if you can read that, that's
what
like
do we
the
have
second
here?
issue.
It's the contest segment, and who is this right there? That's your host, Jay Cab. Tim Troutman up on the top.
And this photo of me doing a boneless one has actually been in a couple other magazines too.
That's Wallows?
That's
Yeah,
Wallows.
that's Wallows.
This was a Wallows
gonna-
Jam, early Wallows Jam,
Okay.
back
we're
before
gonna
they
do a little
redid
bit-
the
we're gonna do a
interstate,
little
and they
bit,
still had the wall and the tunnel.
And we're going to have a little bit of Wallows
Look at
footage here in just a little while.
Kraus Grobke. Look at that.
Kraus?
Klaus Grobke
Klaus.
doing one of the best Smith verts you can see.
Klaus and Florian Bohm.
Klaus was German.
We're going to have a little talk about ditches. Because
Right on.
everybody likes ditches,
Everybody
right?
loves a ditch.
Ditches ain't nothing but
But
concrete and
but,
banks.
but
How about a video?
Can we go somewhere else in space?
Oh, we can go to the Old West. Now we're in Jackson, Wyoming in 1852.
That's right. We just rode the stagecoach in. As usually when we go to California, people from California go, "Oh, those guys from Tennessee." That's what they rode in on.
Okay, so I've worked a lot and traveled for work a lot, and I've spent some time in California, and I've gotten the ask, how many pairs of shoes do you own? Do you have malls? Do you all wear overalls? I've had all those questions.
Y'all got toothbrushes?
And the answer is yes, no, and yes.
So this is
It's Dandridge tic-tacking.
speaking of the hills in the country. This is out in the hills country in Knoxville. You think we're backwater in California?
Dave Justice?
No, that's Trey.
Oh, that's Trey. Back when Trey was a hippie.
Colonel Bacchus.
There's J Cab
Yeah,
wearing a beret.
Wearing a beret. By God.
Where's your hip sack?
I took it off because I was getting rad.
Doug Walker.
Doug Walker. So this is a ditch out in Dandridge, Tennessee. It's about 30 minutes outside Knoxville.
There's Bat Mike.
Built by TVA. There was a little concrete work
Brian.
down the bottom. Curbs put on top. This was
They had you see the little pour of concrete at the bottom to make it transitional,
Yeah.
so it's not so much of a chunk when you get to the bottom.
and this was one of the locals.
Yeah.
This is the caliber of skaters we have around East Tennessee. This was another one of he wasn't a local. He came with us. But
Doug riding a Marty Jimenez.
this was a
riding
really
Jinx board.
good ditch. Apparently, it's still there. TVA is really uptight about it. Oh, there's
Yeah,
me
Jack.
eating it.
Oh.
TVA does not like people being there.
No.
So
Well, we got a good year's worth of sessions there.
and this was when skateboarding was still not really popular or available to the masses.
I have a really good story about the road trip up to Dandridge with Brian riding in Brian's car.
Yeah.
I will share that some other time.
Yeah, that's for personal consumption only, as they say. So this was Doug Walker. This was Brian,
Brian
riding
riding
a
a
yardstick,
yeah.
Schmidt stick yardstick. Good times at this ditch. We had a lot of fun at this ditch. It was a little rough. There was a run out at the bottom.
It got really small towards the bottom. You had the big bank and it sloped down to the small bank. But the locals did pour the concrete there, as you can kind of see as it goes by.
I don't know who poured that concrete.
It
It
had
wasn't
to be
us.
locals. It wasn't us. It was the locals. It had to be. Jay riding the old Ghost.
No, that's actually a Roscob.
Oh, is it?
Roscob Angerface with custom grip tape.
With custom drip. Yeah,
Yeah.
see, there's a good shot of it.
Yeah.
As it fades out to the bottom, right on the highway too. So if you've got too big of a session there, the local Mountie would roll by and run you off.
Yeah, we didn't have too many problems with it.
I only got run off one time.
And once again, this was back before skateboarding was really a
Probably
big deal.
87, 88.
Yeah, about 88. And, so people would just go by and go, look at them crazy kids. Of course, by that time, we were all like in our late 20s.
Yeah.
So, but
Brian's got his teal Vision Streetwear shoes on.
that's
Yeah,
'cause
Jay.
Brian and Doug were both sponsored by Vision at the time. Of course, you notice Trey's wearing Vision shirts, and
Yeah.
we're all wearing a little
Share
bit
the
of
wealth.
Yeah, we're all wearing a little hand-me-downs.
That's how I
from
got
the
my first
sponsor
set of
guys.
gold wings and Vision blurs
Yeah.
and everything.
And here's a little doubles action.
Yeah, blunt action from
Actually,
Mr.
Trey's
Mr.
riding a
Batmite.
ripstick there that I believe he got from Brian.
Yeah, Jay.
This was a
Backside
lot of fun
bird.
dish.
It's still there.
It's still there.
It's
I'm
just
sure
very
it's- I'm
highly
sure
unskatable.
And not only that, there's another ditch that mimics this one about a half mile up the road,
Never skated it.
and it's much steeper. It's hidden in the woods.
Yeah, I never got to skate it.
And watch this, old school kickflip.
That was a real kickflip right
That was
there.
a real kickflip,
Kids.
kids. So now we're getting to the dirt.
Now there's the Wallows. Now Wallows is still a happening scene today. It's right off of Interstate 40, right in the center of West Knox County. It's not quite the same as what you're seeing here. They redid the interstate. They took out the tunnel. They've made some changes, but the Wallows ditch is still skatable and happening today. And of course, named after the infamous Wallows ditch in Hawaii. And we had a ditch here and we didn't know what to call it, so it was called the Wallows.
I'm not sure who first called it the Wallows. Trey told me when he first went down there in 1976 that he saw painted on the tunnel Knoxville Flyers or something. So there had been a couple of people down there before him. But as far as I know,
Now that ramp that you see there in the background, that made it to that actually ramp was later. That one came from the cage of the,
The cage of
unfair.
the unfair,
But there used
right.
to be the Wallows ramp that was there that got taken to the unfair,
right, right.
which was the very first ramp that ever did a rock and roll on.
But this ditch has been skated since the early 70s.
Yep.
I'm not sure who first called it the Wallows. Now, once again, it's changed. It used to be a small wall and high
Yeah,
wall.
Jay, look at that big booster boneless
And
over the hip.
now it's quite a bit different. There's been a lot of concrete work done down there.
There's
some-
roll-ins and roll-outs, and the
and it looks
interstate
pretty good.
has changed. Like that hip's not there anymore.
No, unfortunately.
The interstate got redone and it changed the ditch a little bit, but it's still, obviously when it rains a lot, you can't skate it because it's flowing water. But
So all you guys, all you kids that have skated the Wallows and done some work down there,
that's
this
what it used to look like.
This is what it used to look like, and this is when it was better.
It was. It actually was because of the hip and everything about it with the roll-ins. We didn't have the pipes and the coping and everything that's on it now, the roll-ins, the concrete. But you could go underneath that tunnel and make it all the way over to the other side of the interstate through those tunnels.
And there was
the other Wallows.
the other Wallows on the upper
anti-Wallows.
side.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wasn't as good and it was overgrown, but it was skatable.
So for years we did Wallows jams there.
Yep. Contests.
In a jam format. We used to go down there and we would take kegs down there and we would skate all day long, and then at the end of the day we would pass out sheets of paper and say write down your favorite 5 people, and then we'd total up who was the favorite 5 people,
And that
and
was
those
your
people
places.
and that was the places.
And in the summertime, you sat underneath in that tunnel underneath the interstate, and it was like air conditioning.
yeah, yeah.
And you just sat just outside of the sun. You got a nice cool breeze.
So we didn't have judges. It was totally egalitarian.
It was-
I mean, we would pass out ballots to even the bystanders, the
Yep.
people that were just watching.
And it was funny how TDOT would come in and it would get all overgrown and you couldn't see it from the road. They would come and mow it down, and then 5 years later it'd be overgrown again. They'd come and mow it down again. It was Wallows was a good time.
Yeah, that's Doug Walker, sponsored by Vision. Brian Beauchene, sponsored by Smith Sticks right there. That guy was sponsored by Baggy Pants and Small Wheels.
He still had big wheels, but he had the baggy pants.
I'm not sure who that
Yeah,
guy
Brian.
was. But we used to have a ripping good time down there. And
This
it
had to
lasted
be
for
87,
years.
80. Yeah, that had to be 88,
Yeah.
maybe even.
And it lasted for years and
With
years and years.
The Vision Streetwear and that ramp there, that had to be 87, 88.
And occasionally, about once every year or two, we'd have the cops come down there and hassle us a
Well,
little
and
bit.
a big rain would come, and that ramp would wash all the way down to the little metal tunnel that was at the other end.
Yeah.
You had to move the ramp back.
I remember one day I was skating down there with a bunch of kids, and cop showed up, and we were like, oh my God, he's going to bust us for skating. And he ran up and was like, what are you kids doing here? Have you seen anybody run by? And we said, no. He goes, someone just murdered someone up the street, and we're trying to find him because he just ran through here. And yeah, so it was kind of weird. There was always something weird
Yeah,
going on
because
at
that
Wallows.
Forest Park neighborhood's right next door to. I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got run off there a couple of times, and what would happen is you parked at the Gulf station that's in the background, and they would see all the cars, and the Gulf station would call the law and tell them, because you were, I guess, parked there or whatever, but they'd run you off. But that was very infrequent. For the most part, you could go down there and skate for days and never hear anything.
Well, once every, couple of years, they would come
oh!
down.
Ouch.
Once
That
every-
was a metal curb. That was one of those metal curbs.
Yes, it was.
that
Yes,
wasn't
it
even a
was.
concrete curb.
So once every few years, they would come down and they would pretty much clear the whole
Clear it
place
all
out,
out.
take everything away, throw it all away, and then we come
We'd
back and
rebuild.
rebuild it. So
That was a nice trip down memory lane.
that's a little bit about some ditch stuff we had going on in Knoxville.
Again?
Our producer's back.
Thanks for coming
He
by.
skated Wallows. Tell us, what do you
Yeah.
think about Wallows?
I love Wallows. I
You guys-
skated
didn't
there
you
not
guys
long
just skate-
ago.
you
I had
guys
a great
skated there
session
recently.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Mr. Batmite himself.
That's
Showed up
right.
and skated.
That's right. Myself and him skated with Batmite,
Yeah.
which was like rarer than seeing a Sasquatch.
Yeah. I go down. Well, my mic's over there. I'll talk loud. had a rough couple of years, and so last summer I was down there like daily.
Yeah.
So it was great, and when you get to know it and you start finding lines, it becomes a real exciting place to skate.
The trick is the right wheels.
You're correct. My favorite story from there, though, is probably 1987, my first trip there. And I've got a photo that I'll send to you.
Send to me. I'll put it in.
I'm fully padded, reenacting with a gator, I believe.
Doing a street plant?
Doing a street plant in the middle. My brother took the photo, and my cousin was there, and it was really crowded. And his story is that somebody said, "Who's the dude with the camera?" And my cousin said, "He's from Thrasher magazine. He's taking some photos." And they said, "Well, why is he taking pictures of that dude?"
Because you were ripping so hard,
Yeah.
obviously. But yeah, Wallows has been around. There's been a lot of great memories down there. I've actually got some crazy Colonel Bacchus footage from down there. Like I said, we had jams down there over and over again. About once every 6 months, we carry a keg down there, and we would just go nuts and have a great time. It was a lot of fun. It's changed a lot. I think that when they first started pouring the concrete down there, it was a little bit janky, but I think the last time I went down there, it's been vastly improved.
Yeah.
So everyone out there, go find your local dish. They're on the side of the interstates. They're in your backyards. They're wherever you can find them. Take those and improve them. There's a couple of great dishes in Nashville. We'll have to bring some video
there's
footage.
great ditches all over.
There's great ditches all over. Lots of great ones in Arizona and out there. But anyways,
Total bust.
Go out there and find your ditches. Find your local scene. Do your thing. Improve on it, because that's what skateboarding's about.
Write a comment on this episode about your local ditch scene. Let us know what's going on in your neck of the woods. And
That's right.
thanks for stopping by. Send us some email. Send us some love. Send us some hate.
Yeah, and remember, if it says no trespassing, the back of the sign don't say nothing, because this land was made for you and me.
That's right.
Thanks for coming by. 50th episode of Kickturn Party. We really appreciate you watching our idiocies. 2020 behind in our rearview mirror. 2021 coming up. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year! Lots of idiocies.
I'm so glad we had this time together.
Everybody's gonna hang out here tonight. All right. We'll pass out in the flat. All right. Tonight. We got nothing better to do than to take 6 runs, drink a dozen brews. Don't talk about anything else. We don't wanna know. We're dedicated to beers, hoes, and bros. Backside slasher. What's on ground?